guys, Gabe went to combo. Mez was out relaxing. I got myself a PhD over the past week. I got myself a PhD while I was playing this new fucking character from Strive that just had my brain fucking melting because I might as well be trying to get a degree trying to understand how he works.
You still haven't figured it out?
Let's talk about Asuka. Let's talk about Asuka.
Have you figured out? Wait. My question is, have you actually figured out how he works yet?
About
no.
I have time. I have time with Asuka. So Asuka, obviously the new character, that man, whatever you want to call him.
That man?
I'm that guy.
You're not that man.
I'm not that man though. I'm that guy. But yeah, so Asuka's been released, right? It's out now. I think it's been about a week now. It happened right after the show. I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday. Asuka got released, and obviously not legal for a combo breaker, but hasn't stopped people from going online and just oppressing, right? So we got some gameplay here from a couple other players out there. Everyone from I think this is Fame96 playing. We got Mochi, number 2 Soul, Huchu, top ranked Asuka apparently right now. So we've got some gameplay we're gonna be throwing up here, but who else here has had a chance to study? Anyone else here study?
I have not studied the way.
Oh, you guys failed the fucking test. We're all failing together, boys.
He's not my type of character. I'm waiting for Dizzy still.
I'll tell you. Actually,
don't even try it. No, it's a male character. Sorry, I already lost.
That's it. That's the criteria.
Yeah, that's it.
Bro, I could get you a 9 mod right now, and you could just play.
No, honestly, I don't think he fits me, but I think he's a very cool concept of a character. He reminds me of, like, this is gonna be a very weird reference, but he kind of reminds me of Invoker from Dota 2. Which I've never been good at playing, so that's a lot to manage.
You know what? Yeah. An RTS player would feel right at home here. Actually, an RTS player would feel right at home. So, Asuka, from initial trailer, from gameplay impressions, right? The tutorial videos, which also shout outs to actually I can't remember who posted up in our Discord. One of our awesome members on our Discord that posted up saying, hey, an average character breakdown video from Arxis is like 4 minutes long. Yeah, Asuka's was like 8, almost 9 minutes long. Just to put it in perspective what you're getting into. Asuka is what I expected to be. He is a glass cannon, really high APM character, and kind of RNG-ish. I want to say fully RNG-ish, but the things that I got surprised on are some decent buttons, actually some decent air-to-airs, some pretty good air-to-airs, and some other really, really weird interactions that got me kind of a little flustered for a bit. But there's some secrets there that once you kind of get these fundamentals in your head, you kind of realize the character isn't as scary. But yeah, there's definitely some knowledge checks here. There's a lot of book reading that goes on. So mad buttons, right? We got off the rip, man. 5S is a great button. The 6HS is great. The overhead is really good. The air-to-airs are solid. The 2S is good. The little triangle thing that shoots out, the spinner thing. But one of the god buttons, 2D. Son,
yeah, I saw that.
The 2D on this character is just illegal for what it can do.
Is there no hurt box?
First of all, that the 2D isn't even a physical attack. It's projectile.
That's bullshit.
Because he's not hitting you with anything physical. It's actually a projectile. So I had to learn the hard way that I can't even counter this thing with biking. And if it's spaced out right, it is just a meaty ass fucking projectile on your character in the corner, which is just like,
we need more
levels of disrespect, because then you can cancel into a projectile or whatever he has locked and loaded in the gun, in the book. 2D's amazing button, like I said, great. 6P is really good. Stands up, the 6P stands up. He isn't like low profile or anything like that, but still solid. Jumping slash is so good with the papers. You get a little paper cut, kind of insane. But really, the name of the game with this character are the spells, man. Like I said, is the ammo. This guy is literally an arsenal. He just hits you with knowledge. That's the difference, though. There ain't bullets. It's just citations and world facts, geography, all that good shit. So yeah, the name of the game is just locking in a good loadout and just managing your mana, managing what spells you have, and managing your tension, and you're still managing things like your risk gauge and your health and stuff, like the normal stuff on top of it. So a lot of things you have to look at. Like normally when I'm playing against a character, I'm looking at like my tension gauge, and say they're Sin, say they're Nago or whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. I'll look at your gauge every once in a while just to see what you can do. This fucking guy, I'm like looking down. I'm looking down for three different areas: the tension, the mana they got available, and the spells, and if they have mana available to give them their defense that they have. So I'm looking at their health down, health up, or a mana down, their health up. I'm just trying to understand the options, because once you understand your opponent's options, it makes your approaching a lot easier, right? Or at least, you know, you can at least understand how you want to approach. This guy, like, you really have to know all these spells just as well as an Asuka player does in order to battle against them.
I do like that he's super complicated. I've always said this, that I feel like we haven't had complicated characters in a long time in most fighting games, and he seems like, for the first time in probably like, I'd even say like 3 or 4 years, seems like the most complicated character I've seen since Blaze Blue came out. like she was to me like kind of complicated, but like she wasn't super complicated. And then 9 appeared, and I was like, oh yeah, no, that's complicated. Let's go. We're complicated. Like there was like, you could see anime games were doing it right, but then we kind of lost that. Like you look at Dragon Ball, nothing's really complicated in that game. You know, look at DNF Duel, nothing's really complicated in that. Grand Blue, nothing's really complicated in that. This game, this is the first super complicated character I've seen in a long time. And it's kind of enjoyable to watch.
Bro, whoever wants to play this character seriously just likes to study. Like, it's fine. It is cool. It's cool. It's cool. You can be one of those. I'm just saying, I don't know if I want to play the lotto and also do my vocabulary backwards at the same time. Like, spell supercalifragilistic aspialidocious backwards, right? Like, I don't want to do that.
Don't tell me you could have comboed off of that, though. Oh, the green little cube that was, man.
Probably.
I mean, if you can think it, he probably can do it.
Yeah, it's insane.
Doesn't he have a super that allows him to pick which ones he wants?
Yes, yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
you can go with.
It isn't as RNG. You can choose to filter through the punch, kick, slash, and heavy slash while you're in your super animation. Yes,
right, and that means you can go with something more cheaper. You know, that's not too much mana, or you go with something high cost, where you're like, all right, I know I can end the match if I get all the burn ones or all the over the layer cubes.
The 5
layer
cubes
is something I want to mess with.
The 5 cubes, baby.
Yeah, that one is
insane.
Awesome.
The 5 cubes are crazy. The meteor right there is incredible. The just the area of effect that thing does is insane. It's a great reversal. It's very fast, and it blows your opponent all the way to the end of the stage, right? So it does a lot of things very well. There are a lot of like really good ones. The wands are hit or miss. I don't know how much you can control, because you can do speed up your spells, slow things down that allow you to now combo a bunch of things or have your spells out longer. And ones that change the actual, you know, the trajectories of spells, the gravity, like OG Faust black hole gravity stuff comes into play here. So even Faust play, like anyone that doesn't like playing Faust anymore, wants to play something else, will play this guy too. Like it's kind of insane.
Something I did notice is it's 2 things. I think that, one, I feel like once everybody understands this character, I wonder, once you see what they start using, if the routing that people go is going to be more predictable at certain points, where you're like, oh, I see what you have. Okay, I know what you're probably going to want to fish for, stuff like that. And I wonder if that makes him simplistic at that point, where he becomes an easier character to deal with, which I don't think he is from the way it looks. I just don't believe it. But I wonder if that also locks people into feeling very limited with the character, because now you're going to start doing, you know, he's still new, right? So you haven't seen him really get to this point where he is forced to explore only one option because that is the best option. But obviously he's a situational character. But one thing I did notice on top of that was his backdash is amazing. It's really short. It's quick.
Yeah, he's got the infinite forward dash, right? He doesn't actually run or just a simple dash. It's just like Ram. Just pew, we're flying right towards you. Mobility is solid. Mobility is solid. I was afraid the character was going to be too stiff. But no, my man still has some speed, but it comes at a cost. So, right, we're talking about all the good things, but there are some blatant holes in the character that once you understand them, you realize this is more, like I said, about fighting against the character. For one is when you no longer have that protective aura around the life bar from Asuka, you are just do not get hit. Like that's for as the opponent, if you're fighting them, that's your time to go in because the damage you get, like the dude is just soft. You thought Chip was soft. This is Asuka is just straight marshmallows.
Does he get the protector? Oh, he does get the protector.
He does get it back.
What is that based off of though?
I believe it's mana. I believe it's mana is what you need it for. Like once you're locked out of your mana and your spells and such, you're in a much more vulnerable state.
Did he just use life?
Yes. You can use life to regenerate mana. You can use tension to get more mana back, and
I won't play.
You can also just but the speeds are different. Like if you use life, you get to bring that your spell mana back quicker. Like so, there's a sacrifice to it, right? So there's like I said, there are layers. Like it gets insane. It gets insane. Yeah, you got to be ready, like I said, to have a bachelor's degree with this character by the end of all this. Like I can't wait. If you make Celestial, like you should just, your profile picture should be like a certificate of Celestial, you in the graduation gown and everything, and like Asuka's there and you're just like shaking hands. Like you have to have that.
Daisuke's there with you.
Daisuke's there. And it's just like, I can't believe you fucking cited
you
for
beat
this
Soul.
Is crazy. Yeah, it's crazy.
You beat the game.
But bro, like I said, once that protective barrier is out, like you get hit, it is like I think I saw SQ do this. If I'm correct as to what I saw was double one counter super from Ram, not proton cannon, but her explosion one, her one hitter. One counter hit of that to then OTG another one of that by wall instantly kills him. Like it just instantly. There's no like, oh, you might survive. It's like, no, you are fucking dead. And
someone with glass cannon and Amelia, crazy.
Yes,
awesome.
yes, absolutely. Like Zato's like, bro, I thought I was just meat and I thought I was just bones and skin. You're just dust. Like no pun intended there. Like you're just actual dust from the earth. There's nothing there. But yeah, the character comes with just heavy, crazy heavy utility, crazy offense, but incredibly bad health. Defensive options, I don't think there's any wake ups, to be honest, too. So it's like if you're a character that okies, if you're a character that thrives on knockdown, then this cat is just meatloaf like all day. Like that's just what he is. But an extremely fun character regardless. The time I got to play with him was great. Like incredible buttons. Like if you are about, like if you can't hold still and you need to do something all the time, this is your character.
So real quick, I don't know if you saw the Diaphone video about him. Somebody did make flashcards of each of his cards. So like there's a website called Quizlet you can go to, and like it's in the description of the video that he posted, and it has like flashcards. You can either use the flashcards, you can learn, test, match, and all of that. I don't know.
It sounds like homework.
Yeah.
It is.
It sounds like homework.
It's no fucking joke, bro. It is no joke. Like when I sat that on that training room and I was like, oh yeah, let me check command list. I was like, I had to rethink to myself. I was like, do I really want to play this right now, or do I want to play like Zelda? Like I'm like, yo, Tears of the Kingdom is looking so hot right now. I was ready to like, you know what, babe? That's okay. I'm just gonna chill. I'm just gonna chill with my side girl right here. That's it.
He's like, building seems like more fun than this shit.
Yeah, building seems. Yo, I'm a fan of Pura. I'm a fan. Hey, what's up, girl? How you doing? That was better than this.
I'm gonna be honest, you're kind of becoming, it's two choices. You either become an engineer or you become a mathematician.
Facts, basically. Pick one.
Engineer looks easier right now.
Video games are here to teach us. We're here to learn. But yeah, regardless though, Asuka is fun. I can't wait to see who's gonna be the psychopath to really take this character to tournament, high level tournament play, not just like, oh, week 1, week 2, whatever. Like it's, or even month 1. It's like you're still gonna learn. Like this character has a lot of tech potential, but The RNG part of it kind of gets me a bit though. And yes, I know you can manipulate it to a degree, but you know, you just gotta be you gotta be cut from a certain cloth, man. Like I said, most Faust players, I can see them trying to pick this up as a secondary because they already have to change their game plan depending on what the hell comes out of Faust's hands on the spot. Let alone, like, at least with this, you at least have an idea as to what's going to come out. So you at least have a trajectory as to your mix-up and your options. So I see this as just an easier Faust, but just way more interactions than what that initial character would have.
I'm telling you now, Joe2245 online is coming out, bro. He's gonna be the guy to set it off. Whoever that guy is, Joe2245.
Joe2245. What?
Yep, whoever that is, it's gonna be the random Joe Schmo online.
Oh, okay.
We're most people are like, oh, it's gonna be some top player that like brings the best out of his character. It's never that. We've seen it.
It's gonna be Static Gorilla.
Across the years. It's gonna be who?
Static Gorilla.
The guy who bought Testament for $10 and didn't win the tournament.
Oh shit! All right, we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
you set yourself up for that one.
Damn.
Yeah, the moment you told me that, I was like, oh, he better win.
At least I still play games that are currently being run.
Oh fuck! Oh, yo, it's getting spicy in here.
I was talking Pokken, but okay.
It's getting spicy in here, but yeah. So guys, whoever I'm gonna continue. Yeah. Me in the streets. I'm gonna still play. I'm gonna play Asuka for sure. Shit, I paid money for him. I'm gonna definitely play him. But I don't know if I will. I wanted to take him as a secondary. I might still, if I really am about thinking about it. But we want to hear from you guys though. If you guys picked up Asuka, played him for at least a week, is he for you? Do you want an engineering degree or do you want to be a mathematician? What are you about? Are you trying to go back to college? Let us know. We'll be there for your graduation for sure. But let us know at DoubleTapFGC. Make sure to tag us on anything like that or hit us up on our Discord, mash.gg/.